What do you think of when you hear presidential assassination? You probably think of JFK and Abraham Lincoln. However, there exist two other presidential assassinations that are not talked about as much. The stories of these other two presidents are just as interesting as JFK and Abraham Lincoln, however. One of these is the assassination of 20th U.S. President James A. Garfield, an interesting story of hurt feelings and violent action. James Garfield was born on November 19, 1831 in a small town in Ohio. The youngest of 5 children, James was born into poverty and was described as sensitive, being bullied in school. He would attempt to escape from this through large amounts of reading. At age 16, he would leave his home and attempt to seek work in a ship port located in Cleveland. He would be rejected, instead finding work on a canal boat. An illness, however, led him to go back home at the age of 17, and he attended Geauga Cemetery, a Free Will Baptist school. He would excel as a student and graduate in 1850. After his schooling, James would attend many smaller jobs such as teaching. He would soon join college, and from 1851 to 1854, he attended the Western Reserve Electric Institute. Soon he would obtain a teaching position while he was still a student there. After his graduation, he would go through many more jobs, such as joining the Civil War in 1861 under the Army of Ohio. Upon leaving the Army, he would start a life in politics, taking on many smaller roles before winning the presidential election in 1880 under the Republican Party, with its inauguration in 1881. He was the 20th U.S. President. Charles Julius Coutu was born on September 8, 1841 in Freeport, Illinois. The fourth of 6 children, his mother would die in 1848, leading him to move with his family to Wisconsin in 1850. He would live there until 1855, when he moved back to Freeport with his father. In his life, he would attempt to join the University of Michigan, getting denied before moving to the Oneida Community, a utopian religious sect in Oneida, New York. Despite the group marriage idea in the community, Charles was heavily disliked, even getting the nickname Charles Get Out. Upon leaving the community, he would sue them and demand payment for the work he had supposedly performed. He would lose, however, and after a failed stunt as a lawyer, he and his wife would move to New York City to avoid bill collectors and old clients. He would attempt a political career, leading to the 1880 election, where he would advocate for James Garfield. After Garfield won the election, he expected to be rewarded as he believed Garfield won from his advocacy. However, when he wasn't rewarded a year later, he resorted to violent action. On July 2, 1881, upon arriving at the Baltimore Railroad Station to leave for a summer vacation, President Garfield would be shot by Charles Coutu using a small British Bulldog revolver. Garfield would be shot 2 times, first bullet missing his spinal cord but passing through his lumbar vertebrae. Garfield died on September 19th, 11 weeks after being shot. He would die from infection. Modern doctors say he could have survived easily if better medical practices had existed. Coutu would be hanged on June 30th, 1882 for the murder. That is the assassination of President James A. Garfield.